So you've been watching videos, reading about NFTs, you're thinking about getting into it, or you've been trading NFTs for a couple weeks, a couple months, and you're not really feeling so great. You're losing your money, and you're wondering, is this even for me? I want to take a step back and give my perspective on what it takes to be a successful NFT trader. And if you're not willing to embrace all of these things, I don't think that NFTs are for you, and you should be looking into a different way to invest. Different topic. But here we go. Number one thing you need to be a successful NFT trader is you need a lot of time and a lot of energy to put into tracking NFT projects. You have to spend time on YouTube watching boring guys like me. There's no women, by the way. I wish there were more women, but gotta watch boring guys like me for now talk about NFTs and what's upcoming mints this week. And which projects are pumping, which ones are going to do very well. You have to cross check between multiple YouTube channels, between multiple Twitter accounts to see and speculate what might be successful during the mint and what might not be successful during a mint. Also, you need to have your eye on the overall market conditions, which you get from watching YouTube videos, following people on Twitter, and just kind of watching the overall market volume charts that you need to spend time checking every single day. So in addition to keeping track of all that social media information, you also need to be keeping track of the NFT prices of NFTs that you've purchased, NFTs that you think you might purchase at some point, and you got to check those every single day. You also got to check crypto prices every single day or multiple times a day to see how are crypto prices in relation to your NFT holdings. How is that affecting your fiat currency, your native US dollar or euros, whatever you pay your rent and your taxes with? You need to keep track of, am I losing money or am I gaining money? Is this a low price or is this a high price? And you got to spend time figuring that out every single day so that if you hit a stop loss or if you hit a sell point, you can execute on that when that moment arrives. In addition to all of those complications, you also need to be planning to spend time dealing with taxes. You have to keep track of every single transaction, every time you buy crypto, every time you sell crypto, every time you convert from one crypto to another, every time you transfer from your bank account into Coinbase or whatever, or from Coinbase into your bank account, every time you buy an NFT, every time you send money between one wallet to another wallet. Guess what? All of those are taxable transactions potentially that have to be captured, and you need to be keeping track of those with a very detailed bookkeeping and putting time into that, or using automated software and learning about how to use that software so when tax time comes, you are prepared and you're not getting yourself in trouble. Not financial advice, but guess what? That is something you have to be willing to spend a lot of time on. So if this doesn't sound like exhausting and time consuming, I don't know what could be exhausting and time consuming from a mental perspective. That is the number one thing that you need to have to be a successful NFT trader. Number two thing that you need to have is disposable income. What do I mean by disposable income? I mean, this is money that you literally would be happy to just see gone. Not happy to see gone, but money that you absolutely do not need. So if you have a tight budget and you're just scraping by, paying rent, paying your bills, buying food, making your car payment or whatever, and you don't have a lot of extra income or any extra income to put into investments, don't get into this. Stay away from NFTs. There's too many scams. There's too many ways to lose your money, and this is not for you. You need to be making enough money that you're living comfortably and you have extra money that you can kind of put into this experimental investment space and see how it goes. And you have to, the reason that's important is not just for the fact of paying your bills or whatever, but because you need to be detached psychologically from the money. You can't be like emotionally invested in your NFT holdings in terms of the money that it represents. You need to be able to detach from that by having the confidence to say, this is money that I could leave, that I would be happy living my life without. And if you have that, then you're going to be able to think much more clearly about your NFT investments, and you're going to be making better decisions, in my opinion, rather than reacting emotionally and panicking every time the price drops and taking losses all the time. So that is the second thing that you need, which is disposable income. Third thing that you need is a strong gut instinct and like a centered, calm state of mind in which you can make decisions. So if you don't have the mental capability to quiet your mind under stressful situations and be able to be calm and centered and focused when you're making decisions, if you don't have some time every day where you can make that happen, or you don't know how to do that, then you need to spend some time learning how to get your mind into that kind of space and practice doing that before you get into NFTs or any kind of other major investments, in my opinion. Because, of course, this is a totally different topic, but if you are reacting to your emotions moment by moment, when you're screwing around with NFTs, you're going to get burned, because every time the price fluctuates, you're going to be selling, you're going to be buying, and you're not going to be keeping track of things. And you're just not going to be successful from my perspective. On the other hand, if you are detached from the emotions associated with your money, not all the time, but if you can at least for an hour a day or something, get your mind into a space where you're detached from that when you're trying to make these decisions before you buy or sell, then you're going to be doing a lot better with NFTs. And that is a skill that you need to hone. In terms of gut instinct, your gut instinct is something that a lot of investors talk about this. You have to be able to rely on that, because ultimately, let's say you make a big list of rational reasons why you would buy an NFT, one NFT versus another, or why you're ready to sell an NFT, why you think it's time to sell. You're going to have all these rational reasons kind of on both sides, or weighing multiple perspectives, and there's going to be good things, good reasons from on both sides of any decision that you're looking at in the NFT world. And ultimately, all of those rational ideas are going to consolidate down into an emotion, a gut feeling on what is the right thing to do. So ultimately, you need to be able to trust that. And this comes through practice. And so this is something that you can work on and develop as an NFT trader as time passes. But you need to have that kind of you need to be aware of your gut instinct and learning to rely on it more and more as time passes. If you rely on your gut instinct and you get burned on a project, you want to take some time to understand what went wrong. Was there a rug pull that was impossible to see coming? Was there an outside factor that was impossible to see coming, like crypto dumping, like Bitcoin just dumps out of nowhere, right? That thing is always really irrational, affects your prices tremendously in NFTs. You know, your gut, no matter how strong your gut instinct is, you need to realize that there are factors outside of your control that no matter how strong your gut instinct is, you can still get burned. And you need to realize that without it letting it impact your trust in that gut instinct. So that's enough on that topic. Really important things to be able to do. Last thing that I think every NFT trader needs to have is just patience. You need to be able to step back after you've bought an NFT and be willing to hold it. I know that sounds crazy. Or, you know, if flipping is your thing, minting and flipping is your thing, guess what? You're going to have to be patient in Discord, waiting around for projects to mint, waiting around to get whitelisted, putting in a ton of work to get whitelisted. You're going to be waiting around, and you have to be patient no matter which trading strategy you take in NFTs, whether it's mint and flip or buy and hold. You're going to have to be patient with the prices and with the whole process in general in order to be successful. If you were reacting every single day when the price of your NFT fluctuates by 20%, and you don't have a firm foundation for the reasons why you're holding that NFT, and you don't have the patience to wait and see what happens over a longer period of time, it's going to be really hard to make it in this space. I think that's one of the main reasons why people have failed. And that is my final piece of advice. So those are the things Those are the traits, the characteristics I think everybody needs to have to be successful in NFT trading. If you don't have those things, then you should either consider not getting in NFTs or getting involved in a very limited way. By that, I mean trade NFTs that are really inexpensive. Get on Solana, find some that are trading for like under one Solana, where you're only screwing around with a few hundred US dollars at a time. And then you can practice these things, hone these skills, and really become a stronger trader in that process. Or if you just find out you suck at it and it's not for you, guess what? You didn't lose a ton of money. So I hope that you find this interesting. It's definitely an important topic nobody's really discussing. And be sure to continue watching the rest of the NFT beginner tutorial playlist. I hope this provides a lot of value. I will see you in the next video.